Welcome back to Big Brother and the 11th live eviction. I'm joined by our latest evictee, Mark. Firstly, the tea leaves, did you read them this morning? Did you see this coming?
I didn't even have to do them this week. I knew I was going for, like, the right time to go, so...
Why? You seem to really want to be in there. You seem to love your experience.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like now is the right time to go? And why did you think you would leave tonight?
I had such an amazing experience. For the most part, it was so positive, but I reckon the past few weeks I've just been kind of losing my head a little bit, getting swallowed up by all different things, and there's people in there who I'd think could be better kind of finalists than me, so... It just felt like I've had an amazing experience. I've had probably, for me, I think I've had the best experience out of everybody in there, so...
Why so?
From day one, everything's been amazing. I won like $5,000 on the first day. I got all amazing tasks, made incredible friendships. Nothing went wrong for me. It was just a brilliant summer.
OK. Things started to go wrong for quite a few people this week when money got involved in the task. And the pact that you had all made to split the money. So, why did Chris, therefore, bear the brunt of all three of you saying that you would take it?
I think, for me, I think it was just the reasoning behind it. When I made the decision, it was kind of Chris and, to an extent, Ashley that I thought wouldn't have split the money. So when I was sat there and I made the decision, I said, well, yeah, I'll take it because I know I'd split it. I think that Chris wouldn't. And then when we were all sat there, me and Ash had the exact same reasoning. Chris's reason didn't make any sense to a lot of people, including me, so...
But we did see you say in the diary room as well that you would take 5,000 and split the rest.
Yeah.
So that's not honouring the pact either.
Yeah, that's not.
But you didn't seem to want to tell them that bit.
I should have said it, but I did change my mind about it. I've already got 5,000.
I know you have, but you did say you wanted that extra 5 for your brow bar. Chris was getting it in the neck from everybody the other night. And you kept very quiet. You kind of had a conversation with Christopher yesterday saying that Chris kept very quiet while Christopher was defending him. But you also kept very quiet about what you had possibly wanted to do with the money.
OK.
Mark?
Maybe. Yeah, I just thought I was diffusing the situation a little bit.
What, by taking more money?
No, by, like, not giving 1,000,001 different reasons. I think it was just frustrated people more.
But that is why Chris got in trouble, isn't it? Like as you did, you had a thought process in there.
Yeah.
And you thought of that reason, you thought of other reasons. Mm-hmm. Chris had a thought process.
Yeah.
But it did seem that when he sat there and tried to get that thought process out and explain himself, everybody just wouldn't let him speak.
I don't know what to say.
What was it like sitting there then? And did it not feel uncomfortable on Chris's part at all?
For me, not really. I do think that I did speak up for myself. I don't think I was that quiet. I didn't tell everybody my entire thought process. I just told them my final decision, whereas Chris decided to tell everybody absolutely every single reason. And if me and Ash did that, then we would have got it in the neck as well.
Do you honestly think that you would get it in the neck from the likes of Helen and Winston, who you four were so tight? And I think that is one great thing about the four of you, is that it seems to be quite a supportive friendship group.
Absolutely.
You will back each other up, and you will not go at each other, but quite happily go at the others. Mark's gone very quiet. It is possibly the most untrusting and paranoid house that we've ever had.
It's unbelievable.
So why make a decision to split the money in the first place?
We shouldn't have made the decision. We really shouldn't have made that decision to split it all, when not everybody would have had that intention. It just seemed like a nice thing to do at the time.
It did seem like a nice thing to do, but as tradition tells, it never works out. And it's one of those things as well, I think, isn't it? Like, we saw you sitting there with Ash and Winston and Helen saying, I would trust all of you to split it, but I wouldn't trust the others. Whereas the others trusted each other to split it and not you lot, because there's such a clear divide in the house.
The divide's ridiculous.
And that is what happens in friendship groups. You trust your people, but you don't trust the others. Therefore, the pact was never going to work.
We should never have made it.
OK, let's talk about Christopher. That's a whole other ball game. When Christopher was defending Chris the other night, you didn't like it very much.
Yeah.
Why? And were you a little bit jealous?
For me, the main reason was because I do think it's good when friends defend their mates, but I felt like Christopher was just defending Chris, and Chris just sat back and let him defend him. I know that Chris isn't like the most argumentative person, and it's not a positive to be good at arguing.
No, he doesn't really argue at all, does he?
He doesn't argue,
no.
He's very laid back. Instead of kind of getting in there with Christopher and kind of defending each other, for me, he just sat back and let Christopher just fight his battle for him.
Was there a little bit of jealousy on the part of he defended Chris the other night, but then didn't have your back during the task?
If I'm going to be honest, yeah, I was, and I said that to Christopher. I think I was a little bit jealous. I think after we done that task, which okay, I did overreact a little bit, whatever. I think after that, I thought that I made my decision there on Christopher that he'd never kind of defend anyone, and I kind of took him as that. So then for him to defend Chris so blindly, I felt I'd got something a little bit wrong.
Well, people's feelings do get hurt, don't they? Especially when it's something personal and people are saying that you're acting a certain way that you obviously don't think that you are.
Yeah.
So, and it's somebody that you've been smooching with. And it's somebody that you've been smooching with that hasn't backed you up.
Yeah.
We've seen you smooching.
I can't...
Oh, it's okay, don't worry. We've heard you swear for 9 weeks. So those were the kind of highly dramatic parts of your relationship.
Yeah.
It was also a lovely relationship.
Yeah.
It started off really well. In the past couple of weeks, we've seen the arguments kind of happen more and more and more.
Every day.
So where did it go wrong, do you think? Where did it start to go wrong?
If I'm being honest, I don't know. I really don't know. When it started to slip, it did start off incredibly positive. It just started going wrong. The main point for me when I felt it all started to slip was with the strongest housemate task. That's when I started to feel a bit different. I thought you've had the kind of the position there where you could have defended me against a lot of things that I found quite hurtful, and you chose not to. So for me, that's when it started to slip.
Can you see a future for the two of you? No, don't listen to everybody else. Don't look at your friends and family. Try and tell me as honestly as you can, because we have seen lovely bits of your relationship, and I kind of started to think, you know, maybe you said that, you know, you find it very hard to trust. Maybe you were finding that you were trusting him and you were scared about that. I mean, I don't know that you know, maybe that's a reason. Maybe
you've got it quite
the
like
romantic
right there.
in my head.
No, it's true. I was starting to trust him and open up to him more than I was wanted to in this situation. So I think maybe for me it was just a defence mechanism.
So is there a future?
Me and Christopher have got a lot in common. We get on a lot, but we argue too much.
But could that not be the house? It's a very strange environment.
It is a strange environment, and I'm not going to write him off now.
Don't listen.
I'm not going to write him off now. But there's a lot of things that I've had to take into context this week, especially advice I've been given to who I think is my best friend in the house, give me a lot of advice, and I do take it all kind of on board, so I'll see what happens after this.
And that is fair enough, because you do listen to the people that are closest to you. You will listen to your friends in there. Like, he wouldn't listen to your advice about Chris yesterday because he is his friend. So it kind of works both ways, doesn't it? You started out as this larger-than-life character, and you look so worried, Mark. Please don't look worried. And then we saw a more subdued side to you the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What did you feel that happen?
Yeah, I did. I'll tell you when it was. It was when the 3 new housemates came in. I do always kind of feel like I compare myself to people I shouldn't compare myself to, and I just felt weird. I'd finally been in my comfort zone for so long. 3 new people came in. I just thought that they would just be better housemates than me, and I really started doubting myself a lot more than I'd ever want to in this. So it was then that I kind of lost a lot of myself, and that's for me when it all started to slip.
Someone that you were extremely close to in there, and one of your best friends, was Helen.
Yeah.
Tell us about Helen. What do you think of Helen? What is she like? We obviously see a version of Helen. Well, we see many versions of Helen. But what is she like to live with, and what is she like as a friend?
Helen is tough. She is argumentative. She can be aggressive. She's got a lot of negatives, but she's got a massive heart. If she lets you in, if she trusts you, then she's got your back completely. And for me, that's what it's all about. She's an amazing person. She's had ups and downs, and she's had the full experience. And I'd be more than happy if she won.
There is a clear divide in that house. And it was mentioned in the lock task the other day that there were 2 groups, and you straddled those groups. I think you might have taken that the wrong way, but it was meant in quite your friends with both camps. It wasn't meant in a negative way. Is that divide, now that you're gone, going to be even more evident? It's
going to be a lot worse, because I was friends with people on both sides of it, and I think at times in the house I have been a peacekeeper. I've kind of tried to bring people together who wouldn't be mates. Now I'm gone. I mean, look at them on the screen. How they're sat in complete opposite sides of the room, and I'm not sat in the middle. Yeah. It's going to be worse. It's not going to be a nice weekend there for them.
What's it like watching that back?
That's amazing. Obviously, I'm sat here now. I've been having quite like bad thoughts and feeling a little bit rubbish, but to see me highs and me lows together, it just shows that it is a full experience.
We obviously have to ask you about the whole money splitting thing this week, and Christopher, because it's been such a huge thing this week. But don't feel that that's all you've done in the house. You've been fantastic in that house, so please don't panic. I could see the panic in your eyes.
A little bit of panic. It's not just the eyebrows being higher up. I am panicking a little bit.
But listen, I've got to tell you a secret.
Oh my God.
Tonight it's a double.
I knew it.
Oh, the tea leaves told him!
I knew it! Oh my God!
So you aren't the only one that's going to be coming out of the house tonight.
I'm a bit gutted about that. I did want a night to myself.
You got a whole week to share with somebody else.